I hear all the time, I'm not making money on DoorDash, or I hear my market is just dead, or I'm not making what I used to make on DoorDash. Oh, I can't forget this one. DoorDash is crap in my market. Actually, I think I've used that one myself. But just because DoorDash isn't making you money doesn't mean there isn't money to be made. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting the same results. DoorDash is the definition of insanity. So change it. Now, I've been on DoorDash for over 5 years and 16,000 deliveries. I'm a platinum dasher. I have preached work different apps. I'm now up to 16 apps. I'm now a diamond cart shopper on Instacart. The thing with this crazy gig economy is changing with it because it never stays the same, including DoorDash. Coming up in today's video, we will go over what to do if you aren't making money on DoorDash. What does multi-apping mean today? Experiment with other apps and find the right combination. What to do when you get a run of bad orders on the DoorDash app, and why you shouldn't rely just on DoorDash to get your money. There are many of you who might think that I only do DoorDash because I talk a lot about DoorDash, and that's not really accurate. I've been preaching for years, multi-apping is the best way to make money in this gig economy. And I found that over the years, DoorDash is still one of my biggest forms of income coming into me, but I have multiple streams throughout all my 16 apps. Some perform better than others, but it was about me finding the right combination. So what is multi-apping like today? Well, man, it's so different. Before, I used to tell everybody to turn them all on and take the best offer that there really is. But that was before we had to maintain high acceptance rates, before tier programs, before, God, all these apps changed. I feel like each one of these apps is now designed. First of all, I feel like they've always talked to each other when you have them all on, but I feel like they're designed to make sure that you stay on their app and not go to other apps. And when you really think about it, especially with DoorDash, man, if you don't have DoorDash up on your main screen of your phone, it's like they throttle you and they don't send you orders. Sometimes they might even put you on a silent pause and you don't even know about it. So, are these companies making it harder to multi app? Yes. But is it impossible? No. Today, in the gig world, it really is knowing how each one of these apps work, but the right combination to work with each other. Yes, DoorDash is my main app and my main source. However, I know when to work it and when not to work it. And when I'm not working it, what apps am I working? If I put DoorDash on pause because I don't want to be in the area that they sent me to, what apps am I using to still make money to bring me back? So it's a different form of multi-apping, but it's really about not making sure your car is sitting still or you're sitting still, but you're constantly moving and you're constantly taking orders. It's less about taking the biggest and brightest because they've made it so hard to cherry pick. It's now about taking orders to continue to maintain the money that you're making. This talked about what is the right combination. What is your right combination? I can say this: experiment, experiment, experiment. I can honestly say every time I've gotten a new app, I've worked the app just by itself. So I learned the ins and outs on it. But I also take a lot of these apps and I find out what their own tier system is, what makes them tick, what makes them work, and how do I incorporate that into what I do on DoorDash and whether they marry very well together. My newest experiment that I currently did is I took Instacart. Now I've had Instacart since 2020, but I've never been a diamond cart shopper. And I went after it, and the other day I became a diamond cart shopper. So now I am on two top tiers on two different apps. So how do these two combined together. Well, that's the experiment that I'm doing right now. So will DoorDash give me high paying orders? Will Instacart give me high paying orders? I guess time will tell on that. But I feel like when I was using Instacart with DoorDash, they were marrying really well together, and I was still able to see a lot of batches as I was running the DoorDash app at the same time. So I have experimented over the years with Uber Eats, with Grubhub, with catering. I just did a whole experiment during fourth quarter of last one with Delivered and the other different catering apps, because you think fourth quarter, you think big catering, and how did it work really well with DoorDash? And it did, but now it's on to moving. It's always a moving piece, right? There's always something changing, so you have to change with it, and that's how you're going to make your money. But don't always get stuck in the same thing, doing it over and over again if you're not getting your same results. I get asked all the time, what happens when you get a lot of crap orders on DoorDash, especially when you're maintaining the platinum tier with DoorDash? To me, it's simple. And this is where multi-apping comes in. I turn off DoorDash and I work my other apps. It really is that simple. There will be days where DoorDash will give you one crap order, you hit decline. And then they give you another order, you hit decline. And then the third one comes in, and then you're like, okay, that's enough. I don't want to lose any more percentage points off of my acceptance rate. I am turning it off, or you can pause it however you want to do it. And then I go to my other apps and I forget DoorDash even exists. So I'm still making money. I'm still obtaining the goals that I want to make personally, but it really is. And that's just another form of multi-apping. So why shouldn't you rely just on DoorDash? Oh God, I can probably go into 100 reasons why, but the easy ones are, it is so unpredictable. You never know how it's going to perform. One day you might have a phenomenal day and think it's the best app ever. And then the next day you will do $50 and think this is like the worst app I've ever worked and get so frustrated with it. There are so many ups and downs that it really makes drivers crazy. At least it makes me crazy. It's always changing. There has never been a week, a month that something on the DoorDash app hasn't changed somehow, whether it's the tier system, now a point system, whether it's a function on the app that makes the driver's life more difficult. And if you're a person that doesn't adapt easy to change, it could make working the app harder, but it could also hinder your money as well. So it is always changing. You agree or disagree? DoorDash doesn't care if you make money or you don't make money. Maintain a high acceptance rate, don't maintain a high acceptance rate. They put these programs in place. It's all honestly a head game. If it wasn't for Dash now, honestly, I don't think they would have as many platinum drivers as they currently do. But ultimately, the only person who cares about you making money is yourself. DoorDash doesn't. They just play games with drivers. I swear, it's all up here. They all use a psychology against Dashers to think that they are the best company ever. But are they really, when there's all these issues and problems going on? Why should it be so difficult these days to turn on an app and either take an order or not take an order? Because that's the way that it used to be. That's the way it was designed. Now it's all difficult, challenging, and maintaining. I challenge you to experiment with different apps in your own market. You never know. You might actually just make more money. How will my experiment go with Instacart? I don't know. I'm just a couple of days in, but I'm really excited for the challenge, and I'm really excited to see how both apps perform together, who will come out, who will be my winner on my biggest earners. I don't know. Time will actually tell, but hopefully I have motivated you to go out, make money a different way. If DoorDash isn't doing it for you lately, or you find the app just slow. Have you been making money on DoorDash lately? What apps do you multi-app with? Do you only work DoorDash? Also, let me know all of this in the comments. Do you want to learn more about DoorDash? Well, I just completed my 16,000 delivery on DoorDash, And this is what I've learned in just 8 minutes. You're going to want to check this one out next, and I'll see you over there.